Things you should never try to change about him. When you fall in love with a man, you learn to accept him, flaws and all. The moment you start trying to change the things you don't like about him, he's no longer the man you fell in love with. In fact, I'll take it a step further. If you have a list of things you'd like to change about your partner, it might be time to find a new partner. I know many women won't agree with me, but that's the reality of the situation. It's one thing to try and change some of his bad habits, like smoking, drinking, or refusing to work. But it's another thing entirely to try and change his core personality traits or his passions. For example, if your partner loves golf, but you hate the sport, it's not fair to try and stop him from playing. Or, if you don't like how generous he is with his family, it's not right to push him to be more selfish. His character traits and passions are a fundamental part of who he is. Besides, you wouldn't be very happy to hear your partner say he'd like to change something about you, would you? Well, just like women, men don't like it when people try to manipulate them. And no matter how subtle you think you're being, he'll know what you're up to. Encouraging him to study more or not to stay out all night every weekend is one thing. But trying to change the very things that make him unique is another. Those things make him special. When you dislike these things about a man, it's actually a sign that you're with the wrong guy. You think it's his traits you don't like, but in reality it's him you don't like. As soon as you notice you want to change the following things about him, I suggest you end the relationship as soon as possible. 1. His love language. As you know, there are 5 love languages, and each of us has our own. If you and your partner express love differently, it can create tension. But the truth is, people show their love in different ways, and no one can force that to change. One person might show it by saying, "I love you," another by showering you with gifts, and another simply by spending a lot of time with you. For a healthy relationship, you need to understand both your love language and his. Instead of complaining that he doesn't love you or doesn't show it, ask yourself if he might be showing it in a different way. You can't, and shouldn't, change this. You just need to be understanding. Trying to change something like this will eventually push him away. 2. His priorities in life. If you don't like someone's priorities in life, you shouldn't be with that person. Trying to change something so fundamental can end up driving you apart, not bringing you closer. It can lead to resentment or a sudden breakup down the road. It's just not a good idea. After all, how can you expect to build a future with someone who wants completely different things than you do? It's not possible. You both need to be on the same page. 3. Forcing an introvert to be an extrovert. This is mission impossible and something you shouldn't even attempt. It will only make your boyfriend feel uncomfortable. Some people are introverts and some are extroverts. That's just how it is. Even if you're different in this way, it shouldn't be a problem you worry about or something you try to change. It's part of his nature. How would you feel if a guy tried to change the core of who you are? Probably not very good. A relationship can't work if both partners aren't genuine and accepting of each other. Kraftspår, his sense of humour. Everyone has their own sense of humour, and sometimes what one person finds funny, another doesn't. But that's okay. It's one thing to offer a little critique, but it's another to constantly tell your boyfriend he isn't funny and should stop making his jokes. This is a way of trying to change him, and eventually he might start to feel uncomfortable and unable to relax around you. It will only create unnecessary tension simply because you aren't willing to meet him where he is. 5. The time he spends on his hobbies. Some people see hobbies as a minor pastime. For others, hobbies are everything, sometimes even something they hope to pursue more seriously later in life. Maybe you're not happy because your boyfriend spends every day training and can't see you whenever you want. But even if it bothers you, it's not right to try to change that. This is something that obviously makes him happy, and you should support him, not constantly nag him about it. A happy man is someone who will make your life better too. After all, the world doesn't revolve around you. In a relationship, both people need to find their own happiness. 6. His friends. These are the people he has chosen to have in his life. It's not your place to forbid him from hanging out with any of them or to give him an ultimatum to choose between you and a friend. You don't have to spend time with his friends if you don't get along with them. This is a great opportunity for you to spend time with your own friends. All couples need time apart. It actually makes the bond stronger. Besides, sometimes you might not know these people very well and just have the wrong impression of them. 7. His stance on religion. Whether religion is very important to you and not at all to him, or the other way around, it's something you have to accept. It's not okay to belittle someone for their beliefs, to insist that their path is wrong and that you know better, or to try with all your might to make them share your opinion. Whether you like it or not, trying to change this is unacceptable. It will only create a gap between you that will eventually pull you apart. Besides, you knew what you were getting into when you started the relationship. It's not like you just found out about this difference, right? You need to talk about it openly and try to find a compromise. If you can't, it's better to go your separate ways.